Hello, Oilers fans. Austin here with today's pregame report between the Edmonton Oilers and the Utah HC, the Utah Hockey Club, the best name in NHL history for an NHL franchise. You absolutely love to see it. Edmonton has come out of the holiday break pretty cold. They lost to the LA Kings in overtime, and then they had a very listless effort against the Anaheim Ducks on Sunday. Now that we're on New Year's Eve, Utah, they are going to be playing on the second half of a back-to-back. The Oilers are playing their third game in 4 nights. It could be one of those ugly games where both teams look a little out of sorts because of fatigue. However, these are professional athletes. I do not subscribe to the idea that these players can be as fatigued as what the media will sometimes talk about. I'm expecting the Oilers to come out and play much better than they did against Anaheim and much better than they did against LA. If you end up enjoying this pregame report, please make sure to hit that like button, as it goes a long way in supporting the channel and it helps the algorithm push my videos out to other viewers. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you are not yet subscribed. I will be doing a live stream commentary tonight here on YouTube to kind of ring in the new year. And thank you all for your support, and hopefully watch the Oilers play a very good game against Utah and hopefully come out with a win and end the year of 2024 on a high note. The year of 2024 has been absolutely unbelievable. From the Oilers playoff run to their massive win streak that they went on, to the slow start this season, and then for the YouTube channel as well, just the immense growth that we've seen here on YouTube. In the calendar year of 2024, we have grown so much since January 1st of earlier this year. And, you know, it's hard to put into words how much I appreciate everyone's support and just where we're at. But I just want to say thank you. It's been a wonderful year. I cannot wait for 2025. It's going to be the best year ever, especially on this channel. So thank you all so much. But we have a game to talk about. We have players to talk about. We have stats to talk about. And we have our game day predictions. So please make sure you let me know your game day predictions. Give me your players to watch and your score prediction in the comments section below. As I mentioned, Utah, they played last night. They lost 5-2, I believe, to the Seattle Kraken. And their starting goaltender, Vejmelka, he was in the lineup last night for Utah, so I don't actually know if he'll get the start today. If he doesn't, they currently have Jackson Stauber. Don't know how to pronounce the last name. I do apologize. They currently have him up with the club. He is 2-1 this season with a 1.96 goals against average and a 928 save percentage. Seems like one of those young goalies that'll come in, young goalie that most of us have never even heard of, that goes up against the Edmonton Oilers and puts on an absolute clinic against us. However, I'm feeling optimistic. I like Edmonton's chances tonight, and we're going to talk about it. So let's get into the lineup discussion here. These are the lineups that the team played with or practiced with yesterday, and I kind of talked about it in my Jeff Skinner video and kind of the status of the team since December 16th. So if you missed that video, please make sure to check that one out. I think I talked about some interesting things. The Oilers do need to turn things around. The state of their play has not been great. They have been trending down for a little while, and now the losing is starting to hit. If they want to get back on track and get back into the win column, they've got to find a way to grind one out and get a big win in regulation here. First line, we'll have Nugent Hopkins with Connor McDavid and Zach Hyman. Of course, there's been a lot of discourse surrounding Nugent Hopkins, whether he deserves to be on that top line on left wing, or if him and Adam Henrique should change places, have Henrique top line left wing, and then Nugent Hopkins center the third line. At the end of the day, I don't think it really matters. They both aren't very fast players. They're both not very physical players. They both, you know, they have their role, but for Nugent Hopkins, it's just he has tenure with the team. He has chemistry with McDavid. It's whether we agree with it or not, players like that don't just get bumped off the top line. Nugent Hopkins obviously needs to produce more at 5-on-5 with this club. And if they're going to have any success moving forward in the regular season standings and then the postseason, assuming Edmonton makes the playoffs, they're trending to make the playoffs. So knock on wood that I didn't just jinx it. He is a instrumental part of this team when he is on his game. Yes, he is starting to slow down. He's on the other side of 30 years old now, and I understand how that feels because I'm also on the other side of 30. And sometimes your game starts to slow down, but, you know, Nugent Hopkins has really improved his play since that first month of the season. I haven't really had too many issues with his play. Yes, I'd like to see a few more goals. Yes, I'd like to see a few more points. But overall, I think him, McDavid, and Hyman have worked very well together over the last several weeks, especially since Hyman has come back from his injury. So hopefully that line is able to get things going and start producing a little bit more. Connor McDavid has been very slow since the holiday break. He had 0 shot attempts against the LA Kings. And then, yes, he did have 2 assists against the Anaheim Ducks, both on Leon Draisaitl power play goals. But I'd like to see a little bit more at 5-on-5 from Connor McDavid. Second line, we'll have Vasily Podkolzin with Leon Draisaitl and Victor Arvidsson. Now, Victor Arvidsson's been playing very good hockey as of late. I've really liked his play since he's come back from injury. Leon Draisaitl, of course, he leads the league in goals. He's top 5 in points, and he's a player that defensively this season has been unbelievable for the team. His two-way play has been great. He should be in the Selke conversation. He should be in the Hart and Ted Lindsay and Rocket Richard conversations as well. And Art Ross, of course. Hopefully he can catch guys like Nathan McKinnon, who seem to love putting the puck into the empty net, and the Edmonton Oilers seem allergic to putting a puck into the empty net. So, Draisaitl, if you guys are up 1 or 2 goals and Utah pulls their net, you better put that puck in there. Please, I need you to be empty net merchants just like other players in this game. Matthias Janmark, Adam Henrique, and Connor Brown will likely be the third line. Again, that third line, they played well in the playoffs. Their metrics showed that they were going to regress, and obviously they have regressed. But there are players like Connor Brown who have been producing this season. Connor Brown has points in 8 straight games. He has 3 goals and 5 assists. And something interesting I found out about Connor Brown, if you were to break down his points per 60 minutes played, he's actually 3rd on the team in points per 60. So for Connor Brown, he produces in very limited ice time. He barely gets above 12 minutes a game in time on ice. He has an instrumental role in a penalty kill that has been playing very well for the team. I think they've killed 46 of their last 48 penalties, and Connor Brown is producing. And all this discourse surrounding players like Jeff Skinner and who deserves, an opportunity in the top 6, who deserves an opportunity to play more ice time. Well, a guy like Connor Brown is someone that I see working his butt off. He goes into corners. Yes, he's not physical, but he goes into the corners. He digs pucks free, and he keeps plays alive, and he has a role on the penalty kill. Jeff Skinner, unfortunately, does not have those skill sets. He does not go into corners. He does not hit. He does not play on the penalty kill. He's not a centerman. And if you're not producing other than the ice time than you're given, you're not going to see the ice. And Chris Knobloch, he seems to have a heavy focus on defensive play. And if you're not completely bought into that two-way defensive play, defensive style hockey, you're going to be in the doghouse. And Jeff Skinner right now, who's projected to be a healthy scratch for the second game in a row, again, whether rightly or wrongly, I did discuss a lot of this play, his play particularly in yesterday's video. Please check that out for my true thoughts on that. But he does seem to be the odd man out right now in Edmonton, and he's got to earn his way back into the lineup, and he's got to earn his coach's trust to get back into the lineup. Fourth line, Corey Perry with Derek Ryan and Kasperi Kapanen. Again, I thought Kapanen had been playing pretty well, honestly, but he's down on the fourth line just to give them a little bit of juice, a little bit of speed. Corey Perry, he has slowed down after a pretty good start to the season. He does have 6 goals on the year. Derek Ryan, unfortunately, I think only has 2 points all season. Derek Ryan is someone that I would prefer to come out of the lineup for Jeff Skinner, but again, who do you play center on that fourth line? If that happens, obviously you can play Janmark down there and then bump up Kapanen into the third line, which they've done in the past. But Janmark as a centerman doesn't really seem to work. He looks very uncomfortable in that role, and I would prefer if Janmark continues to just play on the left side of Henrique there. On defense, we'll have Ekholm with Bouchard, of course, the Oilers' top pair, who do have to play better. I think Ekholm has been pinching a lot lately. Bouchard's game has been up and down all season long, but overall, I do like his play. But as a unit, I think both of them need to start picking it up. There was a time in practice a couple weeks ago where it looked like the defense pairings were going to get changed up. I'm wondering if that was just a coaching decision in practice the one day, just to tell everyone, hey, your play isn't what we expect of you. We need it to be better, or we're going to start switching guys around. Obviously, they did respond with a couple wins since then, but coming out of the Christmas break, it hasn't been good enough for any of the defensive pairs, in my opinion. Nurse, Stetcher especially have been very, very awful. Darnell Nurse was obviously riding a very good hot streak of play. He has slowed down since that Christmas break. We need him to pick his game back up, because when he's on his game and playing at 100%, the team usually likely wins. So Nurse and Stetcher, they need to improve. Kulak, Emerson, they also need to improve. Brett Kulak, of course, has had a very good year for Edmonton. Ty Emerson, he plays that quiet shutdown role, which you love to see. Stuart Skinner likely gets the start tonight, backed up by Calvin Pickard. Those are the projected lineups. Let's get into the game day stats and predictions here. The Utah Hockey Club, they are 16-14-6 on the season. They're fighting for a wild card spot in the Western Conference. They are 5-3-2 in their last 10. However, they have lost 4 straight games, 3 in regulation, and a overtime loss as well. Utah was running a little bit hot. Now they're running cold. This is a team that has been doing this all season long, and much to the dismay of their fans, it's frustrating because this team on paper should be a little bit better than they are, in my opinion. In my early season predictions video that I did before the year started, I did predict Utah to be a playoff team, a wild card team. I still expect that from this club. This is going to be a tough game for the Edmonton Oilers. Their expected goals for at 5-on-5, 51.88%, which ranks 8th in the league. Their power play ranks 13th, 22.5%. Penalty kill, pretty good, 80.5%, which ranks 16th. The goals for per game, 2.92, which ranks 20th. Goals against per game, 2.94, which ranks 13th. Corsi for, 53.08%, which ranks 5th. Shots for, 51.03%, which ranks 12th. This is a team that is kind of middle of the pack in a few stats. Corsi 4 has been very good. They're very good at shot generation. When it comes to the high danger looks, they do generate more high danger chances than they give up. If they had a little bit more finishing talent, I think they would absolutely be much higher in the standings. Guys like Dylan Guenther are only going to get better. Clayton Keller is unbelievable. They have young pieces in Utah that are very, very good, and the Oilers have to be ready to go tonight. For the Oilers on their side, they're 21-12-3, 7-2-1 in their last 10 games. Expected goals for at 5-on-5 ranks 5th best in the league, 53.51%. Power play ranks 10th, 23.7%. That power play has really been climbing lately. Penalty kill, 76.5%, which ranks 24th in the NHL. Goals for per game, 3.25, which ranks 10th. Goals against per game, 2.89, which ranks 12th. Corsi for, 53.50%, which ranks 3rd best in the NHL, and shots for percentage ranks 2nd best, 54.55%. However, a lot of the Oilers' advanced metrics have really been tumbling. If you look at one of my pregame reports from a month ago compared to today, a lot of their stats in the advanced metrics are dropping, and they are dropping rapidly. This team at 5-on-5 needs to start picking it up. The Oilers need to play much better. They need to play better defensively, and that's why I think it's going to start tonight. I think they're going to play a real good team defensive game. I think Chris Knobloch is very annoyed at the effort level lately. I expect this team to come out and bore the Utah Hockey Club out of the building. I'm going with a 3-0 Oilers win today, the rare 3-0 prediction, and of course my players to watch. I'm going to go Dylan Guenther for the Utah Hockey Club, Leon Draisaitl for the Edmonton Oilers. Dylan Guenther is one of my favorite players in the entire league. He's a player that I've been watching heavily since junior with the Edmonton Oil Kings. I absolutely love this player. Oilers have to keep an eye out on him. And for Leon Draisaitl, he's my player to watch because he's Edmonton's sniper along with Dylan Guenther for Utah. The two snipers, I want to see how they play against each other. They'll likely go up against each other for several shifts tonight, so I look forward to that. Thank you all so much for watching the pregame report today for the Oilers and the Utah Hockey Club. I appreciate all of your support. I hope to see you all tonight during the live stream. I'll be going live at 7 p.m. Mountain for a live stream commentary, and I cannot wait to ring in the new year with all of you, Oil Country. You are seriously the greatest fans on planet Earth, and I could not thank you enough. So please tell someone that you love them. And of course, like always, fight like a kid, fight like Ben. Let's go, Oilers. I'll see you all tonight.